Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Guess the WN8, where my viewers submit games and I have to guess their stats based on nothing but their gameplay. If I get within 2% of their wins or 250 of their WN8, then I win. If I don't, then I get them gold. This is a paid replay. You can find out more about how to submit and guarantee that your replay is used by looking in the description. Here we have an A43 with the 57mm Zis. Now the 57 Zis has one of the highest DPMs typically in the entire game. This thing, if it gets to unload on you, will wipe you a new asshole. Now obviously I think the DPM is better typically on the Tier 5 T34, which also gets a 57 Zis, but it will still do work on the A43, even with the limited 5 degrees of gun deflection that we might be using here to counter across on the right side. This is a maneuver of confidence, though it's odd that we weren't looking in the direction of likely target, probably concerned about where to aim. Interesting. So, what can we talk about with the A43? This tank has an oddity. And the oddity is that if you use the top gun, the 76mm, the premium shells do 5 hit points less damage. And the top 76 has decent DPM as it is, like 1,800 or something around there. We're going to see this DPM here if we're not very, very careful on behalf of that Chili. Very good. Okay, so yeah, the premium shells have 5 less damage, so it's odd when you switch from standard to premium shells, your DPM goes down by about 100. This gun, however, has no such weakness. Your DPM stays high with this 189, I think. Let's have a look. 189mm of pen with premium, and I believe with standard it goes down to 112. Yeah, 112. So with standard can feel a bit limiting, but the premium shells will do their work. Now, I don't like reverse side sniping here. Not particularly efficacious, but I mean, you work with what you can as a medium tank in this engagement. Now, the enemy not pushing this is abhorrent. Just look at the amount that they outmatch the forces that they're opposing. Like, they've got 2 Tigers, for goodness sake. One's a Tiger 121, fair enough, but they've got Panzer 38K behind there. They've got what looks like a Berser. Is that a Berser? Yeah, a Berser in there. They could just push right here, right now. Really no reason not to. So, the fact that the enemy team aren't claiming land, this isn't a defensive assault. You can't justify it that way. It's a standard battle. So, the enemy team should be taking land and position right now, and they're not doing so. So, really poor play on their behalf. We do have a position here. 189mm on pen will certainly butter through a Tiger, though that angle is a little troublesome. Wow, bounces one from the Tiger 121. Not something you expect. Oh, and knows about the little hole that is present there. Very good indeed. Okay, and you're noticing no HE shells. Full premium. Now, you have enough ammo in this thing. You should take some HE shells. Like, I get you're probably not going to be using them an awful lot, but HE, after the changes, is guaranteed to do damage if it contacts the armor. Which means if you get a T1 Cunningham against a E100 on 1 hit point, the T1 Cunningham will win that fight. Because all it has to do is hit armor with HE and the E100 will die. Right? That's the example of why you take HE shells, because you can reset, because you can secure kills. Now that's a nice bit of positioning here. Kill secured, and now we just have to wait for a bit of pressure. Though maybe if we look at the Berser as a tank, can we see the gun's fairly center? So if the gun is off center, you can consider working around that side of the cover that you're behind. But this time we probably want to be patient. If we want to go for damage, though, we can sort of sidestep am aside here, use this gun. The gun is closer to us, so it's easier for us to shoot around than it is for him to shoot around. So that would be the way to work this. And I'll go into sniper mode and just see if I could base it quite nicely. Are we going to take ground? Auto aim is dangerous here because that gun is at a dangerous height. Wow! Slips past that very nicely. Does get the pin. Again, auto aim kind of dangerous. And again, not respecting the potential of a G destroyer angle out there, or maybe a camping M6 or some bollocks. Still in base, going around the outside here. It's a little lacking in awareness because you certainly didn't have to do it after securing that kill. You could have fallen back a safe direction. You got a 1.9 second aim time here with a 0.38 accuracy, so potentially going to be feeling that in these long distance engagements. This gentleman plays very aggressively, but it's kind of uncharacteristic of, I feel like it's sort of 54-55% aggression, as opposed to sort of very high level game. I could be wrong, it's a difficult one, this. Oh, god damn, that is a 59% Anorak. Wonderful, and just farming people, and you can get that, you can get that booty of this M6. I mean, you're probably gonna expose the crossfire, but at this point, that booty though, come on. No auto aim. Look at that ass. Look at that ass. Do you know how easy it is to set that ass on fire? Especially with a gun like this. I'll tell you, I don't take Deadeye on anything with a reload over like 5 seconds. Deadeye and module damage is more effective with a rapid fire gun. Doesn't matter the alpha damage. The more you fire, the more effective module damage is. Just the way it works. Like, don't shoot me, that's the way it works. This is a situation where you should be manually aiming at a module. This is a high skill cap technique, or a high skill level technique, but in engagements like this, it can mean the difference between winning and losing. Manually aim and aim at the back, aim at the fuel tank, aim at the engine. You do that consistently over multiple engagements, you will see the benefits of it. And this M6 is just having a very bad time trying to connect with this A43 here. What you should be doing, or what you should have tried to do, was reverse. I know it got his tracks blown off, but reverse around here so that the A43 couldn't get on his side. But as it happens, we're just absolutely mincing the M6, and that's what you're going to be wary of with an A43 or T-34, any of these tanks that have this 57 Zis gun. It is absolutely unholy in circumstances where it just gets to fire. And this is what I mean about not feeling... This is either a sort of 54-55% player, or it is a very good player just playing completely YOLO. It could... The plays in this game could be done by someone bad, and they could be done by someone good. Like, it's really odd because there's a lack of sort of awareness, but there's an aggression that is very commonly found in very experienced players. And I struggle to sort of grasp where this player sits. It might be... I just feel like it's... I mean, spamming full premium, maybe 54, somewhere around there. This is a really hard one. I will note down my thoughts and see you in a minute. Okay, so for the reasons I said, I've written down 53.89 and 1,692. But honestly, this is one that I'm really not sure of. It's got the aggression and the position hunger of a very good player, but it's got the sort of awareness of a very bad player, or the positioning, the technique of a less experienced player. So I really don't know. I've gone somewhere in the middle. I hope I'm right. God damn, okay, hell yeah. I'm pleased with that one. I genuinely did not think I was going to nail that. Okay. Splendid! Thank you so much for submitting that one. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the next and previous episodes in the description. All of these episodes are released early for channel members, so consider becoming a member if you want to see my content early and get access to yours if you submit as well very early before it comes out to everyone else. Thank you so much. Playlist will be on the outro screen if you want to see all of these videos, but until next time, farewell.
Humanity peaks at our community manager. He is mentally jacked and strengthening our backs just like the corner weight on the turret of the challenger. Cause if we find ourselves in a crappy mood, you will brighten our day just through your attitude. Steven and Peabody, badass crew. So please take the song as a token of my gratitude.